I didn't play Frostpunk 1 too much, but I had a shit ton of fun the little I played. I think I had like 20 hours maybe at most in that game. And I'm hoping that Frostpunk 2 is going to be fantastic. So we're just gonna kick off the actual story missions here. And I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. Press any key to continue. Right, here we are. Fight the cold, they say. The old dreadnought remains in pieces under layers of snow, but the scattered wagons still have resources inside. First, we must break ice to reach one of the oil wagons and construct an extraction district to use it. Then we can turn on the dreadnought's furnace to heat us. Seems very familiar if you have played this game before. Alright, so this is by definition a survival game. I really like the controls. Everything is like super floaty and nice. I actually really like that. You have the option to pause, and I think you can also speed up the game a little bit. Probably somewhere. If we take a look at the interface here, you can see that we have the speed up at the top left corner. We're currently in week 2, day 1. We have 3,000 population. We have 1,950 of those ready to work. And we are not sure what that is, but we have none of it. We also have 222 scraps. We have 750 prefabs. And we currently have 0 materials, a little bit of food. And we are clearly lacking shelter. We have a mission that we need to do. We need to frost break to an oil wagon and construct a district thingy. That seems fine enough. They are friendly enough to highlight that we need to go down here. You can also push T to get the tutorial. I will just follow the markers on what to click. So this is our furnace. Looks like it has had better days. But we'll restore it, don't you worry. So we're gonna go up to here. Looks like frost breaking. Can we just do that? No, we have to do 8 in one go, it seems like. Is that true? Maybe that's not true. No, that is true. Okay. So yes, to do this, we need to do 8 in one go. We have some resources there. We also have the oil wagon here, but I'm thinking prefabs. If we can get over there and get the prefabs on here, I think that is probably pretty good. And then we should probably try to icebreak around our building here as well. So we can always do 8 tiles. Doesn't look like you can do more or less than that at the moment. So frost breaking has continued. We get some information about scraps. Scraps is collected weekly. Everybody provides their share. The bigger the community, the more they contribute. Pretty neat. So a value to actually have a lot of people. I'm guessing that is balanced with the food. Frost break, we are currently paused, so nothing is happening. But we can now see the machinery coming out, doing the work. Man, that is cool. I've always been amazed by just the atmosphere of this game in general. Frostpunk has always been kind of just really nice to look at. That's the thing. So yeah, we are currently working on that. As we are frost breaking, eventually we should be able to probably construct some districts. More importantly, the extraction district, which will go on top of this guy as soon as we have everything fixed right up. Let's speed this up. Let's get that done. There we go. Now you can see that we have actually frost broken this part, which means that they can easily move around a little bit better. Pretty neat. Let's get ourselves an extraction district on right here. And I guess if we wanted to, we could get an extraction district as well. Extracts resources from deposits. The type of resource extracted depends on the underlying deposit. Oh, I need to supply 3 slots for a district. Okay, so each district is 3 slots. And we can also, I guess, not frost break, but this guy, we can make one here as well. That will be for our production of... what were they called? Prefabs? Yes. So that's pretty good. We now have the cold around here, so make sure the shelter and heat needs are fulfilled. Not satisfying those needs mainly increases... What? Not satisfying those needs mainly increases cold. Okay. High cold decreases... increases disease, decreases population growth, and carries reoccurring events of citizen freezing to death. We can probably try to avoid that. Whiteout is arriving in 84 weeks. I'm guessing whiteout is not that good. We have our generator right here, our dreadnought. It's currently a wreck. Area of effects, affecting other districts, affecting this district. And then we have base command, demand, and total output. So 10 shelter is provided within that. I think we'll just speed this up a little bit. Let's get everything built. There we go. We got oil. Let's light the furnace before we freeze. So if we go into the generator, you can see here, I love how everything is like floating and stuff. It looks really cool. Deactivated, no fuel, but we do have fuel. We do have fuel, that's not an issue. Output and demand. City's economy is based on the output demand of various resources. Output is the total amount of resources produced by the district and buildings. Nothing new there. So, next up, housing districts. I'm thinking we're probably gonna have to expand. Actually, we do have some ice-broken stuff right here. So we shouldn't have to worry too much about that. We can get housing districts. How does this heat work? I'm guessing the blue area means that we have heat. So we want it to be within that. Yes. Very good. So we need 6 of these. And they need 20 heat for the generation itself. Alright. That seems fine. Let's do that. What else do we need? Place the housing district next to each other or the furnace to reduce heating demand. Okay, so that's what we saw with the blue stuff, and I'm guessing you place it next to each other as well, and that would also reduce the heating demand for the houses. So there is some idea of how you're supposed to build everything to make it work out. Let's let some time go here. 2 registered as sick. Got some shelters. Population needs shelters to survive. If not provided, cold will aggressively rise in the city. Shelter is mainly provided by housing district, but remember, as other types of districts, it needs heat. The heat demands in the city is not fulfilled, cold will rise, but at a lower level compared to the lack of a shelter. Okay, so it's always better to have housing, even if it's not the best solution. And it looks like we actually need more than one of these districts. So we're gonna get another housing district, and that is going to go right here. Same thing here, we actually do get the plus 20 heat, so that's good. And we'll just plonk that down there. I really like that you can just fast forward through all of the building if you don't have anything else to do, which is usually what's happening in the early game like this. Deadly cold due to something. 30 people froze to death. This frostbite, I'm going to lose my fingers. No, you won't. We built houses for you and gain access to food. We have established some heat and shelter for our people. We must now turn our attention to the incoming whiteout. First we must frost break to the small patches of fertile soil suitable for growing food. Then we must store it in easily accessible depots. We must move quickly so no one starves. Alright, so now we need to make food, which means that we need to start by ice breaking. We have easy access to food right here, right? So if we start by ice breaking this stuff, we can have a food region right there. And then we can have another one going this way, which will also be pretty good. And I wonder what we want to do. Should we just do this maybe with the rest of them? If we need to, we're gonna be able to use this oil wagon as well. Right now, that's not needed. And I'm curious how does this work? So frostbite or frost break. Frost breaking cost is fixed, and unless there are no more tiles to click, the amount of tiles needed to begin frost breaking is always the same. Okay. Gotcha. So I think what I would like to do here is probably to open up this guy. Something like that. That way we have access to it. I don't need to use it right now, but we can at least have it available and ready to be used. We're now gonna need a food district, which is gonna go right here. And we're gonna need another food district that's gonna go right here. We can also continue expanding, I imagine. So we have some prefabs with construction materials here. What were you doing? You are also doing prefabs. Yeah, we have 11 weeks left there for that. Do I continue? Maybe I continue growing this way. And then going over. I can't go around that. Okay, so we'll go this way. Is both of those connected? How much does one frost break actually cost? So it's 300 workforce and it is 30 scraps. We secured our immediate survival. Now we have to stockpile as much food as we can before the whiteout forces us to take shelter. To do that, we need to prepare more food than our current demand. Okay. So stockpile ready in 154 weeks at the current rate. We're currently at 63 weeks. So we're gonna have to pick this up a little bit here to actually get all of the food that we need. I guess we can continue down this way. And probably down here as well. I'm thinking down to this one. We probably want to go down the slope here. We're getting more and more sick people. However, disease is considered as absent. We have some minor hunger as well, despite us actually producing more than what we need. Should we do some extraction around here maybe? Get some of that going. So this is, I think, what a lot of this is going to be. These are related to the politics system in this game, which they have really built up since last time, I think. Pouring sand on his hands. We've been here so many times. The soil is depleting. A couple more and there will be no point erecting the hothouses. There will be nothing to grow food on. And the yield is so low. Either we pull emergency shift or tighten our belts. Otherwise, there might not be enough for everyone. We might not be able to fill stockpiles without exceptional measures. Consider asking the wanderers to tighten belts or instill emergency shift on food districts. Now we are not doing that. We are about to become the best place in this world, and I have no other plans than to live up to that. Don't think there's anything else down here, so there's no reason for us to go any further than that. We'll just spread out a little bit right there. And what else do we have? I think that looks like it's the majority of what we need. We're still somehow Having a higher demand of materials. But where do we get materials from? We get materials from these, huh? Because these are fabs, right? No, these are also materials. So, hold on. Resource prefabs, resource material. Okay, so there's a different kind of material resources as well. And of course I apparently didn't get up to that guy. Let's unlock him then. Not much more to it. And then we get a food district onto here. Just need to get as much food as possible now. So another food district to this. Do we have all of the food now? This guy is now empty, deactivated, no access to resource deposits. So we can actually get rid of this guy. Demolish this and all its buildings. Yes. We will not need that. We also have some complaints here. Into the black, burying the dead. We mourn those who have recently passed. As is our customs, we take them to the oil pits. We gently lower their bodies into the thick blackness, the fuel that keeps us warm in life, likewise preserves us in death. But death also erodes in our leaders. Without trust, there is no future. Trust and relations fall every time people die. Unfortunately, that's true. We're currently at 64 weeks at the current rate, and that's without the two buildings that we need here. We're also positive now on the materials, which is nice to see. You are currently actually bringing yours down, so I think we will be getting more now. Yeah. One of the extraction districts that needs to complete its work. What do we have here? A lack of prefabs, no resources for further construction. We don't have enough prefabricated components, making further construction impossible. Maybe some prefab left in one of the construction wagons. If not, we can try to salvage prefabs by demolishing one of the existing districts or hubs. I'm already doing that, like right now. That's what we're doing right here. So that should be fine. I think once that disappears, we will get the extras. And then we'll get another district right here. That will... Do we do that? That gives us materials. Is that the same as prefabs? I don't think it is. Yeah, so materials is not actually the same thing, so to say. So I think what we are going to do here is we're going to get ourselves a little bit more materials. Because we are probably going to need a bit of extra. So let's get... Maybe we want to have these prefabs first. Oh, we have oil down here as well. Alright. And those are already built. I think we'll get this. Get that built. That should give us some more materials. We can also go into... we're missing workforce for that. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. What do we have here? A mysterious symbol, the captain's legacy. One of our frost-breaking crew uncovered the frozen remains of a man in a tattered uniform. His shoulder patch reads New London Scouts, 3rd Platoon, and he bears an obscure insignia. Some of our elders claim it belongs to a military organization, while others argue it has a religious significance. Maybe you have heard of this New London before and can settle their debate. I'm gonna leave New London shrouded in history. I think if you can trust both order or fate, that's more likely to survive in a scenario like this. We also have another situation right here, food depots. Preserving food for a whiteout. Our stores are almost full of food, but we still need more for the whiteout. We need to secure deposits that can house our rations during months of whiteout. Build food stockpiles to increase the stockpile capacity of food. Will do. How do we do that? Under hubs, food stockpile requires 37 more prefabs. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. We're currently having 0 income when it comes to prefabs though. Is there any way that we can actually produce more of something? So these guys are still working with food. So are you. You guys are... I think I messed up. I should probably not have put the extra materials right here, to be honest. I think this was likely a mistake. Because we kind of need these prefabs to get that going. Instead, I think I will let this one finish up. Yeah, you can see we're actually doing way more than what we need now. So if I go here, we can go demolish this. We can then build a new one to make... Because a new one of these costs 70 prefabs. Heat demand is increased. So others may live. My knees ache and my fingers are so stiff I can't hold the needle anymore. I lived a full life. It warms my heart to see the little Betty and Jacob playing by the evening fire. Maybe this is it. I've talked with the other elders. If it comes to it, we will go. I won't let my grandchildren starve. Some people are ready to sacrifice themselves to lower the food required. We are not ready to sacrifice anyone. We are a great leader, after all. So currently our cold is horrendous. I think the way that we solve that is by bringing in our overdrive right here. That should improve for us a little bit. Available 144. We actually need crazy amounts. How do I even bring in anymore? We're gonna turn this off. You will become not a district anymore. Could we turn anything else off? Total output. So yeah, these need heat as well. What if I... Food stockpile hub is full. So if I turn all of you off. Deactivate. Deactivate. There's no reason for us to produce food while we are full on food. And that will limit the amount of heat that we need. We are a little bit in the minus still. Not the end of the world. Increase the generator's efficiency, but also increase its wear. Maximum wear will cause malfunction and result in casualties. Oh. We can survive it for a while. We're eating into our stockpiles. That's to be expected. Actually. That is to be expected. We're gonna open up this. Unmix shows what types of fuels are currently used in generator and how much heat they provide. Oh, can we actually bring up the heat more if we were to have another one of these? Maybe we could. Just breaking is ongoing. I think we are now ready to get more of these on here. Okay. What are we complaining about now? The whiteout draws near a sacrifice. People in the camp are getting tense. They worry we won't gather food in time. Our hunters propose to slaughter the remaining seals, including pups and females. Absolutely not. This will allow us to gather much more food, but will wipe out what could be the last colony of these creatures on Earth. However, many elders have volunteered to walk into the Frostland rather than to be a burden on our resources. The sacrifice would significantly reduce the rations we need for the whiteout. What should we do? We're not doing anything. We will gather enough food in time. If you fail, the consequences will be dire. So be it. We will not resort to extremes. Absolutely not. Let's get some oil into here. And with that, I'm gonna start up all of our food production again. This will deal a lot of damage for us. 38 weeks in the current state, and with this guy we should be in 23 weeks. Which is exactly what we want. We're super bad on cold at the moment. That will be fine though. We're also going to need the hub with these guys. Which we should be getting those prefabs out from here fairly soon. So yeah, I think we're still pretty good. We just need to keep an eye on these. Once we get to 80, it looks like we should be able to get that food set up. Run emergency shift on the oil for now. We could also run oil from down here if we needed to. But I think what we need to do now is actually to get this hub up and running. So some stockpiles. We're gonna need one there. Do we only need one? Extractor Wanderers to Titan Belts. No. Have at least one stockpile that's to be done. And we are about to stockpile as much food as possible. 24 weeks, 23 weeks left. We have 20 at the current rate. How much food can we actually hold at the moment? We can stockpile up to 25, so we're gonna have to build more of these. Generator malfunction. Uh-oh. Yeah, you're about to die. Okay, risk for accidents is high, so we need to actually turn that off for a while. And I think we need more stockpiles. Don't have a choice. We need more and more stockpiles. Whiteout is here, the preparations are over. Oh. Really that fast? Wait, did it actually go 20? We only did 26,000 food. This might be... They said you will fail a lot. When the whiteout hit the camp, the Wanderers were forced to take shelter within the broken dreadnought. They huddled together while howling wind buffeted the rusted hull. As the storm continued, it became clear there was not enough food. Some sacrificed themselves to give their share to their families, others tried to control the stockpile through violence. The conflict escalated and fires broke out within the dreadnought, spoiling the precious supply. The few remaining survivors who emerged from the dreadnought soon splintered and disappeared into the Frostland. The Wanderers did not survive. Perhaps in another time. Okay, so we were told that we were gonna lose a lot of times, so with the experience of the tutorial, I guess we can quickly go through this and just prove to ourselves that we can actually do this. So we're gonna start with some icebreakers here. That seems to be the main part of this game anyway, so that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna go just like that. We're gonna continue eventually up this way. But for now, we're just gonna speed this up a little bit, get both of the oil extractors instantly. Another thing that we're gonna need are these prefabs right here. We did learn last time that prefabs is like key to this game, seems like. So we're gonna do the exact same right here. Now that we know exactly what we need to do, this is going to be a lot easier. I can tell you already. So we now have access to all of the food that we used in the last episode. We also have all of this up and running, so we can now just slap down these districts for oil, and we can slap down a district for the prefabs, and we can also plunk down another district for this oil. And that should be pretty darn good if you ask myself. So that's the first two missions done. We have the furnace. We just need to turn on our generator now. So he is up and running, lights on. Lights on, let's go, let's go. No time to waste. Provide basic infrastructure. The furnace is turned on. We now need to provide them with some housing. And there we have the 2 housing built as well. We also have placed the housing where they're supposed to go. We're building up some prefabs. Got some oil. As the thick black liquid oozes through the pipes, our people rejoice. Carcass of this old machine is a testament to the hardship of our work. Coolio. Coolio. So that's gonna get that going. We have surplus of oil at the moment, which is good to see. We're gonna continue expanding this out so we can actually get everything connected where it needs to connect. We're gonna continue down this way. Get that guy as well as almost all the way over there. Really? I can't do it all the way there. Not much we can do about that though. Let's get that done. More oil there. We're gonna get... Did one of these have prefabs as well? These are both materials, so we're gonna need those too. Bring those guys on there. And we should probably see to it that... Actually, we're completely out of scraps at the moment. So we need to wait a little bit for scraps. We will get scraps from the population as we continue here, so any moment now we should have the 30 scraps that we need. There we have the houses done, which means that they're pretty satisfied with us. We just need to get the food up and running now. We're gonna do that. We're also gonna get another extraction for the prefabs. We're better preparing something. They're complaining. Build a food district on a fertile soil. We're currently doing that. Whiteout arrives in 69 weeks. Nice. We secure our immediate survival. Now we have a stockpile as much food as we can before the whiteout forces us to take shelter. To do that, we need to produce more food than our current demands. We will do that. How is it looking with these? Should I bring you on there? Then we'll go down this way. Okay, so our first 2 food districts are now up and running. We do have plenty of the prefabs available as well. So we're just going to continue building out as much food as we can here. And eventually I think we should see... that we are able to get some food stockpiles as well. Get some... Do we need extraction? What if we get some of these just to get our materials up and running a little bit better? So process resources used for industry and maintenance. Without them, the harsh conditions will deteriorate our infrastructure and increase squalor. Can't have that. 2-6 have to return to work in the old Dreadnought. Happy to hear that. Happy to hear that. What else? Food district. Let's go right here. We currently have 147 weeks in though, so we still got some places to go. We actually need scraps. Still. Even more scraps. Again, I will go with London not being anything special. It's shrouded in mystery. I think that makes sense. Probably get the extraction onto here now. More food incoming. We get more? No, we are lacking. We're lacking prefabs, huh? Resource almost depleted, which means that we need to get this guy on here. We also have some materials here. I don't think I care too much about those. Currently at 62 weeks at the current rate, so we still need a little bit more food on the work list. Which is honestly mostly an issue with Prefabs. Colder season, okay. So grandchildren will not starve, we're aware of that. We have heating. We can probably bring this guy online. That should keep the heat under control. Okay, we're currently doing 24 weeks at the current rate to fill up our stockpiles, which means that we should probably focus on getting these tiles on here instead. So we need to make sure that we have enough food stored up, and right now we can store 25,000, which is not enough. We have here the whiteout draws near. We will not go into extremities. We said that the same last time. We're now running emergency shifts. The overpower on the generator is on as well. How does it look without that? If we run emergency shift on all of these, with that we are actually in the green. And we are still missing a little bit of workforce. Honestly, not really an issue. We can turn you off. We can go and we can build another one of these if we need to. Which we don't really. We could honestly get more food instead. Right? We're currently 17 weeks at the current rate. 300 workforce. Do we have more workforce at these if they are working these sort of shifts? No. I think we are perfectly fine. 16 weeks until we're done. Time left 30 weeks, so we're actually doubling the time here. 14 weeks, 13 weeks. Cool. I guess we can even tighten the belts on these just to see how that works. Rations restricted. All will eat less to stockpile enough food. So yeah, we're actually doing really good. You can also take and return scraps, so be more happy with me, please. We did it! We secured enough food to survive the incoming heat. Incoming whiteout, I mean. Our workers will make some last-minute preparations before the storm arrives. Should try and keep our people warm for this time. We will survive. Now we wait. Seems good. How generous. We can just continue giving them more food. We have plenty. Too soon to perform this action again. Okay. Fine. Yeah. We have so much scraps at the moment, so we're absolutely safe. Wait until the whiteout hits. 13 weeks. Less than a week left. And there we have it. The whiteout is here. The preparations are over. Man, what a cool game. Against all odds, when the whiteout hit the camp, the wanderers were ready. Everyone was thankful we acted fast and gathered enough food in time. The miracle of the seal colony strengthened our hope that our journey will lead to a promised land. Our elders have added this to our great tales. Our elders have added this story to our great tales, alongside warnings about a sinful city that still pumps smoke into the sky. We did survive. And that's the prologue. We survived the end of the world. There we go. Frostpunk 2, baby. We'll be back with another episode very, very, very soon.